Hey, I today's a big day because the news is already I have mixed emotions just about the fact that the news is covering it and that I'm even talking about it, which actually is me doing what the news is doing. But I want to talk about today's a big day because there was a lot of hatred, a lot of nationalists, they're called, marching on college campuses with torches. And then people are saying actually they're Nazis. And I want to talk about my perception of where hate comes from. Hate comes from labeling, which we only are able to do if we see ourselves as just a label. Like if you think you don't like that type of person or that ethnicity or that gender or the person from that country or whatever, you see them as that's who they are, which means you see you as who you are is your gender or your race. And those things exist, but I believe at the core, those aren't the deepest truths of what we are. I find that the more I meditate, the more I connect with myself and the more I go into my highest callings, the more labels fall away. The more I feel one with everything, the more I see that I'm not my story. I mean, I've talked about this before, but how could you be your beliefs if your beliefs change? Like, we defend our beliefs because we attach an I to the belief. And then sometimes your belief changes, but you existed through all of it. So for me, that's kind of proof that I couldn't be my beliefs because my beliefs have changed and I was still there. I know I'm not my body because my body changes. I know that it's a part of me, but it's not at the core what I believe I really am because my body can change and I still exist through that too. So when you have hatred for a type of person, you're already saying, one, you're separate from that person, which means you believe that you're separate from stuff. You're separate. You're a different label. And that would cause a lot of feeling of repression and pain because you just see yourself as just your skin color, as just your body, as just something that's mortal. And I know that those things do exist and that they do exist and there is a part of us that of course is temporary, but the more I go inward and the more I feel that I'm just this moment, the more I experience what feels kind of like evidence as something that's also beyond all that. Just something that's always here when we're out of our head, that's just this amazing, steady self-connection. And I've never had it where I feel that connection and really experience hatred for another person. You see the other person maybe as someone who's stuck in their label and you have compassion for them. You see the other person as angry because of their perception and their level of consciousness and what they believe. And at times I have that too. When I don't meditate and I don't connect and I don't hit my creativity, I suddenly find myself labeling people, like just haters even, and feeling resistance towards them, but they're still in their level of consciousness. But the more I do the inner work, the more that I sit for a couple hours and feel and notice that really all my judgment is inside me, the more I feel compassion for all of me. And I always feel that same level of compassion for other people. So really, when someone's hating, they're actually screaming out that they believe that they are very limited and that they don't get to feel and connect to the diversity of all the things that they truly are, that they're just this one thing. And that would cause anger in itself. It's a very scary place to live. And that's really why people that are moving from a place of hate are really stuck and sad and playing smaller than the incredible infinite love that they actually are. And if you really want to shift this planet, we have to have compassion. And not compassion for their ego side, but compassion for the heart that they can't see they have in all of everyone, by accessing our own and mirroring that to everyone, to people who are the attackers of hate, to people who are the victims of hate, to everyone, just like, you are amazing. And don't waste it on playing small or letting people treat you like you're small. You're all of it. And a great way to transcend that is to look at your darkness and have compassion for it. To look at what you don't like about you, or what you believe about you, or what you believe you're not allowed to be based on what society told you, or what you believe you're supposed to hate based on what society told you, and have a compassion for that stuck, imprisoned part of you. Because through your compassion, it can leave. This is the only way I know of us shifting it, shifting this thing. And I will do the work every day, and I invite anyone else that sees this to do the work to find that level of compassion for yourself and help as many people feel heard so that they can release their pain and stop leashing it on everyone else. So, sending love.